Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Grow Through It podcast. My name is Julia and today's episode is a little different. This episode is more of a check-in than a teaching episode. Lately, I've been feeling really anxious, exhausted, and sad. I almost didn't record today, but I also know that part of growth is showing up even when things feel heavy. So this is just a check-in. I also want to share this because if someone else is feeling this way, I want them to know that they're not alone. Sometimes we feel sad, anxious, exhausted, or drained, and we don't know why. This has happened to me many times before. This time, though, I do know why I've been feeling this way. My dad's cancer has been really hard to carry. It's one of those things that sits quietly in the background, but it affects everything. Your energy, your emotions, your capacity, even on days when you're trying to live normally. I've had less patience lately. I'm overthinking, overanalyzing, and just not being myself. I'm still showing up to life, but part of me is always holding this. It's not something I'm constantly talking about, but it's always there in the back of my mind. When something big happens in your life, it doesn't stay isolated. It can make other areas feel harder. Your emotions, your motivation, your patience, and that doesn't mean you're going backwards. It's normal. When life is feeling heavy, there's still a pressure to function. Having responsibilities even when you're drained. Some days going to work is really hard. I've been tempted many times to call in sick to work because I just don't think I can handle it that day. And there has been a couple times where I have done this, but for the most part, I go to work and I feel much better. There's also a sense of guilt for being tired or distracted. It's been really hard for me to stay present lately, so sometimes when I'm having conversations, I tend to zone out. And this makes me feel really guilty because I want to hear what people are saying. Also, when I'm feeling this way, it's really hard for me to be my normal happy self. I can usually fake this when I'm at work because I'm around kids and I kind of have to, but when I'm at home and I'm with Paul, it's much harder to pretend because he's my safe space. So I feel guilty because one of our favorite things to do is laugh with each other. There's also a guilt around wanting to rest, but feeling like I should be doing more. I've noticed even when I get a full 8 hours or 9 hours of sleep, and my watch says I slept well and slept through the night, I fall asleep fast, I still wake up so exhausted because my brain just does not shut off. So sometimes I really want to keep resting and sleep in, or have a nap during the day, or just lay in bed and watch TV. But anytime I do this, there's a constant guilt in the back of my head thinking that I should be doing something else. And then there's also the emotional weight of always trying to improve myself. I really value personal growth, and I always want to be better. But when I'm feeling like this, that's a lot harder to manage. And I do want to say, I don't always feel this way. It's been coming in waves where some weeks are just really hard, and some weeks are much easier to manage. There's a lot of times where I can still laugh and be happy, but this week specifically has been really draining. I want to share a couple of the things that I'm choosing to do in this season of my life. Number one is slowing down where I can. I've been meditating more. I'm at 25 days of meditation so far, so that's been helpful. I've also been saying no more if I need to, saying no to extra work, saying no to plans if I don't feel like I can handle it that day, and just setting boundaries with people. Number two, I'm being gentler with my body. I'm going to yoga. I'm prioritizing recovery. I'm walking. I'm listening to my body, but I'm also still focusing on health. So I am working out every day and prioritizing 10,000 steps. But for example, today I was supposed to go for a run and do yoga, and I just knew my body needed a rest. So I just went to yoga instead, and I'm still going to go for a walk later, but I knew I couldn't run today, and that's okay. I'm also still focusing on eating healthy. And I think that's really important because I do have a tendency to indulge when I'm feeling sad, and I kind of use food as a coping mechanism. And if I had allowed myself to do that, it would be really bad. So I'm still prioritizing eating healthy and sticking to my meal plan. Number three, I'm not forcing productivity, but I'm still prioritizing my daily routine. So every morning, I'm doing my morning routine. I'm reading my passage from my book. I'm writing in my gratitude journal. I'm stretching. I'm taking my greens drink. I'm still doing 10,000 steps a day, reading 10 pages, and doing some form of exercise or physio. But some days it's nothing extra or it's minimal effort. There was one day where, again, I really didn't want to run. It was the first day of my cycle. I was not feeling well, but I wanted to show up anyways. So my run was very slow. It was not very pretty, but I still showed up. And I did feel good about it afterwards. But some days I'm just doing the bare minimum, and that's okay. Number four, I'm letting emotions exist without judging them, or at least I'm trying to. I know that the emotions I'm feeling are normal, and there are certain thoughts that I do judge, but I really try to slow down and just recognize that I am going through a hard time and anything that I'm feeling is normal. Number five, I'm asking for support instead of isolating. My brain keeps telling me to push people away so I don't bother them with this, but I know deep down I'm not bothering them. They want to be there for me. I think this is really important that you don't push people away no matter how bad you want to. It might seem easier to do it, but you need support during this time. And the people in your life that love and care about you want to be there for you. Number six, I'm doing a grief course online that my friend sent to me. So I just started that yesterday, but it really helped validate my feelings and helped me understand what I'm feeling more. So I think it will be really beneficial. And it does talk about grieving while the person is still here, which has been something that's been really difficult for me to understand. Number seven, I've been going to Reiki, acupuncture, yoga, I've been meditating, and just doing any kind of stress relief that I can. So I went to a Reiki session last week and she wants me to come every 2 weeks. So I'm going to be doing that for sure and prioritizing that. I went to acupuncture yesterday. I've been going to yoga once a week and meditating every day. I'm also going to a sound bowl session this weekend, which always makes me feel really good and I always have a lot of good insights from it. I've been writing in my gratitude journal every morning, no matter how hard it is to find those gratitudes. I'm really prioritizing that to try and find the good in every day. So those are the things I'm choosing this season. And I also just want to share my plan for today. So this morning I went to a yoga class. It was a yin class. I realized the other day when I went to a flow class, that's not really what I need right now. I need more gentle yoga practices where I can just relax and not worry about the movement and just hold the poses. So yin classes have been really great for me, and I'm going to a yoga nidra class next week, which I'm really excited about because I love yoga nidra. The yin class this morning was a little hard for me because I just couldn't shut my mind off. My mind was just going and going, and I was really having trouble being present. And I also kept falling asleep. So I know I'm very tired. And I did sleep in this morning a little bit and had a full 9 hours of sleep, which I haven't had in a while. So that felt good. But yeah, I'm exhausted because my brain isn't shutting off. I'm getting enough rest physically, but not in my head. So I've been extra emotional this week, especially yesterday and today. I had acupuncture yesterday, a lot came up. And then this morning, I've just kind of been crying all morning. So I want to turn my day around because I don't want to sit with this any longer. I've talked about my feelings, I've felt them, and now it's time for me to try and move forward. So before I recorded this episode, I opened the curtains in my room to get some sunlight in. I'm planning to go for a walk later outside. I haven't walked outside in a long time because it's been cold, but it's actually pretty nice today, so I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to go to a coffee shop to read and journal, maybe work on the podcast a little bit if I'm feeling it. I am going to clean the house today because this mess and dirt has been making me feel worse. It's so gross in here. I can't handle it. And to most people it probably wouldn't be that bad, but for me it's too dirty. I need to clean. So I know that will make me feel better. And then this evening I'm just going to relax and watch a show or a movie. So I'm trying to make the most out of my day off. And then Sunday, when I have my other day off, I'm going to that sound bowl session with a friend. And then we're going to go for tea after and like talk about our experience, which I'm excited about. And then just my normal Sunday prep stuff for the week. But really just prioritizing myself lately and making sure I'm taking care of myself and listening to my body and what it needs. So if you are carrying something heavy right now, whether it's illness, grief, uncertainty, or something you don't talk about much, I just want you to know you don't have to carry it perfectly. You're allowed to be tired. You're allowed to be emotional. You're allowed to slow down and know that you're still growing even now. So that is it for today's episode. I really hope it helped you if you are dealing with something like this, whether that is grief or something big, or whether you don't even know why you're feeling this way. Both are so valid and it can feel really hard to navigate, but know that you're so strong and you can get through this. So that's all for today. If you have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram at growthrough.it.pod or use the link in the show notes to anonymously ask questions or suggest future topic ideas. If you enjoy this podcast, I would be so grateful if you would rate, review, follow, or subscribe, and share it with someone you think would benefit from it. Thank you guys so much for listening, and remember that you are worthy. See you next time.